I owed the state over $5,000. I owed my tax attorney over $5,000. All of that money that was phantom money that I didn't have got charged to my credit cards and completely and utterly maxed out. Any remaining credit that I had was maxed.
One thing I found funny is that things that I've just said for years, you make it like I'm going to stalk you and dry hump your front door in the middle of the night. When PPP said those things at the time, now you're different because the fallout and, you know, he was calling your wife fat. Back then, it was with them, it was just razzing. What's the difference between when I said something and when PPP said something, which would be just as bad, if sometimes not worse?
The bitch is fat! She's fat! Water Weird has gifted a sub!
Why was there a difference with that?
Well, there's two things. Number one, if you have some kind of an arrangement with someone, if you're working business-wise with someone, okay, and you know that there's a mutual benefit to being associated or making content, then you give a few inches, right? You'll give a little bit of leeway. You'll let them get a little bit of a rise or get a little bit of a boost or a little bit of whatever it is on your behalf. Because quite frankly, you're also getting a boost on their behalf by being associated or making content with them, all right? But just like everything, there's a limit to that. And what's happened is PPP took it upon himself to keep pushing those boundaries as far as he possibly could, thinking that he was a big shit, basically, and he could get away with whatever.
Yeah, but that was at the 11th hour, though, Phil. I mean, there was actually a video of where, like, you tiptoed into confronting him about what he said about your wife, and you gave him a pass. Also, too, there's a video that Mighty D has where you were, and this happened multiple times. It wasn't just in his video, where you would be in their kick chat in like the wee hours of the morning, text messaging them or messaging them in their chat like a teenage girl. You were gifting subs. You would go back and forth. You always say that your time, like that was, what were you doing then? You say your time is valuable. You say you're very busy. But then you were sitting there in their chat, essentially just simping, actually, which is funny. We'll talk more about simping later, but that was very strange to me.
So Rich, I have to be honest with you. All right. I'm going to be very honest with you right now.
Okay.
I do have a plan for this appearance, and it's nothing whatsoever what you think it is. But I want you to calm down. I want you to calm down. There's no guests coming on or anything. It's just you and me. I promise you that. Okay. No special, no shocking twists. No, oh my God. Gotcha.
Even if there was a guest, that would be fine.
Rich, do you recognize this?
Those are your poker chips, Phil. Yeah.
Correct. This is the briefcase that was used as a prop during the co-op react that I did with Kino Casino back in the summer when we watched your documentary from June the King. And basically, it was used as a way to humiliate you over the course of that event. And everything, was around this chip in the casino. And you even called it out in your content. And you said, Phil, you fool. They're not your friends, but you have their memes in your content and all of that. I'm well aware of all that stuff that you said. Okay.
Which was true from the beginning. Everyone saw that coming from a mile away. You were a content mill for them.
So, okay.
As you've seen.
Fair enough. Now, I bring this up for a reason. And we're going to explain it in just a moment. But I have one other question for you before I actually show you. Okay. Are you familiar with the king snake, the animal?
Nope.
You're not?
Nope.
The king snake is a creature, a snake that lures other snakes into its den. Dangerous snakes, snakes that are known to already be predators, rattlesnakes, and others. The king snake uses this trick in order to make those creatures feel safe. And then the king snake surprises those creatures from behind and swallows them. The king snake
are you swallowing me, Phil?
Hold on. The king snake eats other predators whole after laying a trap. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the briefcase. This is Andy and Ashton's briefcase. Because, ladies and gentlemen, today on this podcast, this is not the Level 1 podcast featuring RTU. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Level 666 podcast straight out of fucking hell. Because today, live on the show, it is time to explain to you how over the last 8 months and the last couple of years, all of my planning has finally come to fruition. I robbed Kino Casino. I'm not kidding.
Didn't.
I'm
How
not
did you rob?
fucking kidding. Everything that you have seen happen, I swear to God, has been part of my plan all along. Because all of you think I'm so fucking stupid. You all thought that this was he got fooled. He had the wool pulled over his eyes. I 100% had this planned. It's not true. No one believes you. You're an idiot, and it doesn't work. Since day one.
No, I don't believe you. I've been watching you now for over a decade. You were full in on this hook line, and so you called Andy your gaming soulmate.
Okay. Rich, I got the receipts. So here's the funny part, folks. All this week, there's been all these threats thrown around by Kino Casino saying, God forbid that any of these private messages be leaked that I had with Phil or we had with Phil, because these private messages would be so damning. They would hurt him so bad. And man, he is hiding from it. And we're counting down to when we leak the messages. I already put the messages online. And by the end of this show, I'm going to give everyone the links and you can all read them for yourselves in full. This was my plan all along.
This doesn't sound like 4D chess. This sounds like damage control.
There's no damage control here.
This sounds like you're just trying to get in front of what they're going to say.
There's nothing to say. As you're going to see and what we're going to go through, everything that they think they have was already planned ahead of time. Every single thing that I told them was either a lie, a half-truth, or something to buy their confidence. So they would think that over time, they would have something on me. Because the truth is, Rich, I'm tired of being pushed around. I really am, all right? I'm going to be honest with you and the internet right now. In 2023, when I did that Side Scrollers interview, and then the next day...
Because those interviews make you seem disingenuous, Phil. Like, think about how simple...
Fair enough.
Think about how simple would have been to show, like, hey, just show me that down from, which we know is your account now, which we know you're still using, by the way. Down from the rafters is my WWE Champions account. My Sweaty Man addiction is there. And then you were like, I got to protect my family, which made no sense, Phil. That made zero sense. How does showing a username in a game, that's the equivalent of like showing a gamer tag on like your Xbox Series X. And you said, and then when you had him on the show, and he said, I forget the exact wording. I just thought of this now. I do have notes, by the way, but he was like, so you weren't telling the truth. And you said to him, it doesn't matter if I was telling the truth or not. It's still an answer.
I decided for myself to do something with initiative. And I said, I want to try to actually get over on one of these people who's one of these content creators who's constantly a misery broker. And I know you've heard me say that before, but I think a misery broker is someone who literally doesn't make content for themselves. All they do is they look at other people's misery, they report on it, they make fun of it, they laugh at it, and then they make a bunch of money. So a day when it's a bad day for someone else is a good day for them. But in reality, if it weren't for other people, they wouldn't be able to ever have any popularity. It's the only reason they get anything.
So what you're saying, this whole entire thing for your casino arc was 4D chess that you were playing them to the point that you would hurt your own reputation and career?
Rich, not only that, I cased probably 6 or 7 different individuals who I thought I could maybe get in their good graces, figure out how to get in on it, and see what would happen. You were the reason that I contacted them. You were the reason why I affiliated with them. The whole co-op.
Okay.
You're gonna see it's accurate because I'm gonna show you all of it. The whole idea was to get in the good graces of the casino, to find a way to collab that was gonna get me over, that was gonna get me some popularity, make me some money, but also at the same time, make them think I'm some kind of a fucking idiot. Like, you are fucking stupid. So that they will always think that I'm indebted to them, that I'm always gonna do what they say, because I know how they are. Let's be honest here. We know Ashton, we know Andy. These guys are not squeaky clean. These guys have burned every bridge. They don't have friends. Everything that I laid out, every conversation I had with them, every late night bullshit session I had with them when I should have been asleep, every time I was on their streams kissing their butt, throwing them super memberships or whatever, was all part of this. I'm sorry I don't believe you. I'm sorry, I totally don't believe you. And they think they have something on me. They're insane. How they didn't know.
They do.
How they didn't know everything I was saying was fake, I don't know. Because, I mean, I'll give you some examples here. I said, my wife was sick and she had found God. And now because of that, I can't do this idea that you came up with. And they bought it. And I said, oh, my rabbit is sick, so I can't do the show today. My mom is sick, so I have to fly. I keep saying sick, like every excuse was someone's sick. Yet they bought it every time. Every fucking time.
Or you were just nervous to go do it, so you canceled on it.
But the point I'm making here is I basically manipulated them as much as I could to make them do what I wanted. I got what I wanted. And then when I knew they were going to eventually turn on me, because we all knew that from the get-go, right? We knew they were going to turn.
That's kind of just gross too, Phil. You would say that your family members were sick to get out of doing things with them?
What a complete asshole. Oh, it's not
one up on them?
No. It's not to get out of doing things with them. It's to basically have a way to make them believe that everything I'm saying is true. Because no one is going to think that someone's going to just pull that out of their ass. But to beat a snake, you have to be the better snake. That's the only way to do it. You have to make them believe the lies. And man, did I pull the wool over their eyes for the last 8 months until finally I had enough. And the truth is, I had enough for 2 reasons. Number 1, the disrespect to my family. And number 2, because I wasn't getting anything out of the collaboration anymore. These guys, all right, have some of the worst ideas I've ever seen for content. They were pitching ideas that would have worked, but they didn't have any clout to make the ideas happen. They legitimately couldn't make anything work that would have made us money. It was cancellation, denial, after. It was like endless.
I'm not a fan of the casino, but they did have the clout and the money to make things happen. I think the only person believing this in this stream right now is you.
You. Yes, you.
I don't,
Rich.
I mean, how do you do so? You're trying to tell me to believe that for the past 8 months, when you were sitting there gifting them subs, simping for them like hours upon hours on end, trying to get them to pay attention to you like they were Beavis and Butthead and you were Stewart, that this was all some big plan to get vengeance on people that if you never affiliated with, you would be in a better position than you are now. You went, Phil, it's just a fact. You saw that there was an opportunity there. They feigned friendship with you. You called Andy Worski your gaming soulmate. You were so into all this to the point that you let them shame you. And now in the end, after all is said and done, you come out on the other end looking worse, and you're trying to tell me that this is 4D chess.
Oh my God.
Come on, Phil.
Rich,
Come on.
I could never possibly come out at the end of anything looking worse. So we start off with the very first time that I ever talked to them. And this, I guess they've already admitted to this, that it was me that reached out to them. Of us
so you're the Batman. You're the Batman of drama merchants, going selflessly to take them down.
You can call it whatever you want. You know, you really can. But the point here is, I was the one who initiated the contact. I was the one who actually suggested the react to your documentary. They had kind of alluded to it on their show, but they never thought it would happen because they never spoken to me before. So I contacted them and I said, let's do it. This is a genius idea. I knew that was going to make money for both of us. I knew that was going to be big. It was going to bring me notoriety. It was going to bring them notoriety. There's a few pages here and us going back and forth.
Okay, Phil, I got a pin to pop on this. Here's what I think.
Go ahead.
I think you just your hate boner for me was throbbing. You saw that they were wiping the fucking floor with me, and you wanted in on it. And when they embraced you and treated you like one of the whack pack on Howard Stern, you got a taste of more money. You thought they feigned friendship with you, which you bought into. At least that's what it seems like. No, better yet, I think it was friendship, and I think you so that you were getting money. So you like your nose was Andy Worski's asshole now must be spread out maybe like another 2 inches because your nose was so deep in there. Like what I think you're doing now, as a matter of fact, I guarantee what you're doing now is because you know that this is disastrous for you, that you're trying to be like, aha, all along, it was my master plan. It was not your master plan, Phil. It
Okay.
wasn't. And look, that's fine, but I'm just not going to believe it. I don't think anybody with like a upper double digit IQ will believe it.
So we have 2 files here, and I'm just seeing if I can actually show you. So what I'd like to do...
It was you. What
go
would
ahead.
you like to do, Phil? You were the ones who were trying to make it like they were your best. So you're saying even when you defended them and went to bat for them with the numerous clips that are out there, and on your own channel, I've seen them because you always say it's always the track when they're like, oh, they're just razzing me. This was so you were humiliating yourself to get like a master plan of vengeance back on them.
I 1,000,000% knew they were going to turn on me eventually. There was no way they were never going to because they've done it to everyone. They've burned every bridge. They do whatever they need for personal gain. And everyone knows this. Like you said, you knew it. Everyone else knew it. But everyone apparently thought I was the dumbest motherfucker on the planet. I'm not. I knew exactly what was going on from day one. They seemed to be the only ones who didn't get it. They thought I was that
you were
dumb.
desperate.
Now, there's a difference between desperation and actually finally taking control of your destiny, which I decided to do for once instead of just being stomped on all day by everybody.
The best way to take control of your destiny is to not get yourself involved in that. The best way to take control of your destiny is to do rewards for your audience that isn't you eating pizza. Like those are ways to control your destiny. The way to control your destiny is to make content that's more entertaining. You could say I'm a clown, I'm a buffoon, all you want to, but me getting the tattoo of you near my left ass cheek as you as Dracula from Castlevania is bizarre. Maybe it's a little gay too. That's okay, but it's like people want entertainment, and right now you're not. I know we're going a little off topic here. You're not offering it. Did you see the video where someone said that you the middle manager, Phil? Did you see that video?
No, I don't watch any of those videos. I have no time for it. I'm busy doing this thing here.
It's think about it though. It's not
at the receipts.
Can we talk about your microphone setup too as well?
Who cares about my microphone setup? What are you talking about?
Because you've given me a lot of flack about this microphone setup, but this is actually technically the correct way. It ties
in front of me. I have 8 months of private conversations with the casino, exposing them for their idiotic attitudes, the things that they said to insult people that will get them in hot water. We've got all kinds of... You want to talk about my microphone? You're for real right now.
Well, yeah, because it kind of ties into the... Like, I know you're being disingenuous, making it like this is a master plan, and you're even with small things, it's not about... Who gives a shit about the microphone? Who gives... But the point is that you're disingenuous, Phil. First off, you're not using your... Hold on one second. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Actually, I need a sip of my luscious drink here. You're using your dynamic microphone right now like a shotgun mic. Actually, if you watch PPP, he also has a dynamic microphone like you and I have. If you watch other podcasters, this is how you're supposed to have the mic. It's also supposed to be very close to your mouth because dynamic microphones mitigate how much audio is around the room.
I know. I'm well aware of this, Rich. I can do it too.
That's not funny, asshole.
But you're not, though, because I'm looking at you right now on screen.
Because I don't want the mic up my ass when I do my podcast, Rich. It still sounds good, and I don't have to suck the mic.
So, no, it doesn't. Your mic actually sounds worse than your previous mic. Many people have said it. You're using your mic wrong, and I feel like you're using your mic wrong just out of pride to get back at me and other people that are telling you that Phil, put the mic, get a different stand, put it so it's here near your mouth, and you don't have to have these 8 billion different filters in OBS that makes it sound like you sound like you're going through puberty again. Your voice sounded significantly fuller and better before. You know, and who cares about the mic stand in and of itself? It just shows, Phil, how you're disingenuous and why I can't believe you about this whole master plan.
The mic is what shows
Yes.
I'm disingenuous. And that's why you can't believe the evidence I'm about to show you.
Yes. Also, we could go into too when you got that mini PC. When you just make up facts
Folks,
off the top of your
Folks,
head.
if anything, all right, let it be said. All right, I tried to get Rich involved in this because I thought he would add something. I thought he'd be interested in what I've done here. But I guess he's more interested
I'm
in arguing
interested. I'm
little
interested.
idiosyncrasies of nonsense. This is what he thinks is entertaining to the internet.
No,
this is amazing.
It's not idiosyncrasies. It's not idiosyncrasies. Phil, what about? Can I ask a question? Now, that mic stand that boom arm that you got, you realize I actually found it. I have it right here. You spent how many hours and you ended up breaking the boom arm, right? Why do you make your audience do your work for you instead of you looking up? It's a Shure Broadcast 1 mic. Hold on, don't say folks. Don't say folks yet. Don't say folks yet. There's a 1:30 mic video. Why couldn't you look that up instead of having a multi-hour stream where your audience's time, you have to understand, is valuable? Like, I got a flash cart that I found in a drawer. I had to find new firmware for it. Not going to get. Point being is that I looked into things myself, looked it up myself. I didn't fire up a stream and say, "Hey guys, watch me be a dumbass and look how to make this flash cart work." These all tie into why anyone with a modest intelligence is not going to be like, "Man, Phil was getting the one up on them." Because you. What? Yes, please talk to me, Phil.
For a decade, you had a channel called Review Tech USA. 5 minutes that you have wasted of everyone's time, you have reviewed more tech than you did in your entire decade on your own channel.
But that still doesn't take away from what I'm saying right now.
You are the master of bad timing and how to make things that are exciting incredibly fucking boring. Good God, man. Don't you understand?
How is it boring when I'm saying things like you?
Oh my God.
You
Dude,
said
aliens would be landing outside and you would be talking about how your stove is malfunctioning. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Phil,
we are not here to talk about a microphone, you incredible buffoon. Could you stop for 5 seconds?
No.
And
don't
just
get angry.
stop
I'm not angry.
wasting everyone's time so we can actually talk about the subject matter.
I am not angry. You also talk. It's what I'm trying to tell you, Phil, is that you see why it's hard to believe you. You also just recently said you can't have another Castlevania marathon. There's only 4 classic Castlevania games.
Rich. We'd have to see there. And then basically how it fell apart. Also things that they said about Keemstar that I think you'll find pretty interesting. Or we could just look at the very few things that I talked about with Warski. Because we barely ever spoke. I'm telling you. Like, it was such minuscule stuff. Where would you like to begin?
Are any of those as embarrassing as when you pressure your audience to donate so your wife doesn't have to cook dinner?
All right, guys. Seriously. Let's just do it right now. Please, let's hit the goal. You guys are teasing me here. My wife downstairs wants me to order the food. And I said, well, I can't because we didn't hit the goal yet. She's like, yeah, but I'm hungry. I want to eat. I said, well, we can't. So I didn't hit the goal yet. By the way, for the record, everyone's telling me to just dump you from the show because you've already derailed it so poorly and they just want me to do this for myself. But I'm keeping you on here out of good faith. So what would you like to do?
Phil, you have over 1,300 viewers right now. I'm not seeing, the only one seeing is maybe because a couple people who want Ethan Ralph to come on, but no one's saying to dump me from the show. This is the most viewership. Like, you would need to do like 6 streams to get this much viewership.
They're not here for you, though, Rich. They're not here for you. I hate to tell you.
So you get this much viewership every day?
No, it's because I'm doing what I'm doing right now. I mean, you being on this, I'm doing this as a service to you because I did use you as the way to get this entire arc started. So I felt like it would be a respectful thing to do to have you on the show while I go through this. But I mean, if you're not interested,
press 1 if you want me to stay. Press 2 if you want me to go.
So I mean, if you're not interested, if you just want to talk about mics and shit, we could do that on another show. But that would not be this one. Okay. So immediately, the first idea that I'm going to do and work with these guys supposed
That
to
wasn't
be big.
the reason. Okay, this is boring. That wasn't
Okay.
the reason that he deleted the Twitter account.
Oh, you know what he said? I know exactly what he said. It was because of all the harassment he got and that people were being so nasty about certain things. I get that. And I'm not saying that's why he deleted his Twitter account. I'm saying this is the first actual thing that happened with these guys after the co-op react to your documentary. This is supposed to be our first big thing. And immediately it falls apart. Like immediately it just doesn't happen. They can't contact the guy. They can't get him back. For some reason, this is supposed to be the biggest guy in their Rolodex. He's ghosting them now. Okay? So now we'll move on. I think there was like one more here, but these are just me going through with them saying, look, he deleted his Twitter. I hope that had nothing to do with us. And you know what? So Worski says, I think he chickened out because he can't handle the heat. That's what Worski said right here, that Mudahar
But
can't
Phil,
handle the heat of doing it.
These are all nothing burgers. Where is the damning stuff here?
We're going to go we're going through a lot of stuff. Relax. Relax. And then here, well, I'm trying to find it. He basically says, I think that, oh, this is Josh Moon. He says that basically the detractors contacted Mudahar en masse, and he thinks that he pussied out because your detractors contacted him. That's what PPP says. Okay?
Screen share that link that I sent you. I want you to explain it to me.
I'm not
sent you a
screen sharing
link.
any links. We're not doing any bullshit that you want to do. It's not your show.
Why
Okay.
is you not doing it's not my show, but you brought me on.
All right. So
I think Phil, I think you thought this is going to be like some like battered wife. Like, yes, let's go. I don't care about I really don't give a shit. I don't care about.
Okay. So I guess we'll continue on. Let me go ahead and get rid of this. I tried, everyone. Really, I did. I tried to make it entertaining. That man is not entertaining in any way, shape, or form. I really wanted to give it an honest shake, but he's an idiot. Okay. Wow. I mean, he really did not want to play ball. He did not want to have any fun. That guy is a loser. That's sad because I was trying. I mean, not that I want to be that guy's best friend or anything, but I mean, holy shit, dude. Like, that was pathetically bad. Like, why can't you just shut up and just ride what we're doing here and go with the idea? But what else can I say? I mean, that was awful.
Snake, respond. Snake?
Yes! Yes!